Legends are not born. They are forged in the fire of battle and tempered in glory.
Wewhoareabouttodie.
Welcome, Shivitas. It is I, Khutso, your Emperor. I command you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the spectacle of not only one of the oldest sports, but also one of the most entertaining. And very much needs a comeback if you ask me. Today our champion will be Momo Cringulus, a man sentenced to death by Colosseum for the crime of being poor. We will attempt to guide this economically challenged friend to glory. Victory comes in the form of high social media status, as well as amassing at least 20,000 subs to trade for freedom. If the term MMO gold farmer comes to mind, then you're already well on your way to understand the quest at hand. Due to some careful investment on the part of Momo's predecessor, he will start with a steel sword in his inventory, with all the rust, dust and damage still on the blade. A solid investment, but it'll need to be repaired and polished before I can introduce it to its latest victim. Prep is all done, even though I can't really buy that much starting out, but that's okay. Generally everyone is pretty under-equipped, untrained and baby mode in the early game.
Four. Okay.
We stride forth, hammer in hand, ready to savage our opponent. If you haven't noticed, Momo has been hamstrung by a leg injury, but as you will see, not only will that not stop us, it won't even slow us down. This train of death has no brakes, and Momo is the conductor of pain. Swinging with wild abandon, we manage to secure our first win, which leads to greater riches, more subs, and even better, more respect. Upon returning home, we get an opportunity from Maza to immediately bankrupt ourselves. I politely decline, before taking our birthright in our hand, ready for more vengeance. I also purchase a shield, as the added insurance of a shaped wooden plank is exactly what I need, especially for the slow and already handicapped Momo. I actually don't usually use a shield, but then again, I also usually have both my legs. After securing our firewall, we move on to setting the training into place. I prefer to focus on stamina early on because it's a skill that is always essential, regardless of progress. Righto, gear check, training check, illegal gambling check.
Let's go gambling!
I have to warn you, for what you are about to see is the direct effect of generational wealth. A boost in power so dramatic it might as well be illegal. For future runs, I will try my best to avoid giving myself such an advantage, as it can and will seriously break the early game.
It will kill.
Clean cuts, massive damage, and I win. Who could have predicted that massive wealth trumps the destitute, unwashed masses 11 times out of 10? After the match, our underhanded tactics impressed Joridus. However, I wasn't looking for a girlfriend currently.
Hard pass.
I spent a few seconds browsing the stock before heading right back into it. Feeling emboldened by my superior cutting ability, I decided to take on a whole team of people single-handedly.
In a fight, right?
Like lambs to the slaughter, they fall like chaff to the ground.
Impressive.
Merely a speed bump in the road to glory.
Mega kill.
Nay, a stepping stone to immortality.
Ultra kill. Godlike.
And just like that, the fight is over. I feel like we're getting approached by the 4 big honchos a lot more frequently in this run than usually. I have no real idea why, but I always welcome new opportunities. Unless it's trash like this that doesn't really help us. What does help us though is this fine linoleum crested helm.
Tradition of luxury. Yes, even rich Corinthian leather.
Strong, but even more importantly, fashionable. There wasn't anything interesting lined up in the fights, so I decided on a quick 101 to get some cash flowing. You can see by this point that the quality of the fighters are slowly creeping upwards, from petty criminals to more serious warriors. Good thing that he decided not to cover his little baby arms for this fight, and that Achilles forearm foretold his doom. Back at the base camp, and wouldn't you know it, a draft battle. Not only are these fights a fantastic opportunity to train due to the sheer amount of bodies present on the map, but they're also a really good time to unequip and repair your equipment, because you get provided with the finest the Empire has to offer.
Wow, beautiful, wow.
Into the battle we stride. No crowds to please, no patrons to impress. It's simply a fight to survive the oncoming onslaught and collect the payday at the end. The second wave brings more soldiers and this absolute unit of a man. He hits harder and takes more damage to put down, but at the end of the day, they all go down the same. After taking care of the big bad, it's easy mopping up the stragglers and finishing
This festival of slaughter. Glory be.
We are shooting through the ranks, always aiming higher and higher, on track to smash that copper ceiling of low income. The best way to do this would be to partake in a major tournament and to solidify Momo's legend as the girl boss I know he can be. And just like that, our time to shine is here, boys. This is the moment that we've been building up to. It's time for the training wheels to come off and for us to put on our big boy jock straps. Glory be, brother. Things were progressing smoothly. Enemies were hitting the floor like sacks of shit. The crowd was happy and ravenous. Our team strong. Because we planned everything so carefully, winning this tournament was obviously in the bag, and nothing could get in the way of our ultimate victory.
Nothing at all! Nothing at all! Nothing at all! A few moments later.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
I could see I was going up against a slippery sausage. Those morning stars are no joke and blocking them can be a nightmare. Yet, I was still pretty confident considering my experience and how smooth the ride has been up until here. Now, you see this load of horse shit. My stamina decided that it has had enough, and Momo immediately turned into a geriatric, where even the slightest movement meant he was out of breath for the rest of the day. Honestly, I have no idea why this happened. Perhaps an effect of the morning star, like a bleeding effect? I have no idea, but boy oh boy, was I in for a rough ride into Pound Town. I didn't feel like I was doing enough chip damage to this goober, whilst he was punishing me for even the slightest mistake. A sinking feeling started entering my gut. This could be where I lose my run. My shield is crumbling with every impact. My sword is on the verge of having a mental breakdown. Honestly boys, it's been a good run. Hopefully next time we can spawn with someone with a full set of legs and a little bit more lung capacity, to last at least for the duration of the fight. Also, I think I relied a little bit too much on the inherited sword, but such is life, and I hope to learn from the shortcoming and not be such a disappointment. I want to thank you all for joining me on this adventure with poor old Momo, and see, why were you worried? Never doubted it for a second, boys. Once again, thanks for joining. Consider dropping a like and a subscribe if you think I shouldn't feed myself to the lions, and I hope to see you again in the next one.